Hello everybody, this is Akanksha Singh and I'll be
Today's
taking you
topic
through
is
the
like
entire
number.
series of maths
Now,
and science.
number
Don't
is a
forget to like my
mathematical
videos
object
and subscribe
which
my
is used
channel.
to
Your
count
feedback is
and measure
always welcome.
anything or label anything. So numbers are very useful. Uh, Often you say we need two toffees, we need 10 toffees, we need 10 oranges, we need two bananas, we need one banana. So it helps you in measuring things, right? Because it helps in telling the quantity of the things required. So a number is useful in measuring things. A number is useful in counting. You count numbers one, two, three, four, or you label things. This is the first thing. This is the second thing. This is the third thing. So it is also used for labeling. So it is used for counting, measuring things, and labeling elements. So numbers are very useful. Uh, Let me go deep into numbers. Now, numbers, the most commonly known number is a natural number. What is a natural number? A natural number is any counting number, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 325, 100, 110, 120. All these are counting numbers. So any number which is a counting number is a natural number. Okay, so here is an example. 1 is a counting number, 5 is a counting number, 325 is a counting number. So all these numbers are natural numbers. Now, minus 5. We don't say minus 5 in natural countings, right? In minus 32, we do not use minus 32 in natural counting terminologies. Or 4 by 5 again. We do not talk about fractions while counting things. Decimal values. Similarly, we do not count decimal values, right? Counting numbers are plain numbers, one, two, three, four. All these are counting numbers, which helps in counting elements. So any number which is a counting number is a natural number. Uh, this is the best definition of natural numbers. Now, coming to more questions. Can you answer what is the smallest natural number? Okay, so the answer is straight in front of you. The smallest natural number is 1. Now, if the smallest natural number is 1, the second question that is coming towards you is what is the largest natural number? So, what is the largest natural number? Let me hide the answer from you guys. So, largest natural number, any guesses? Now, largest natural number is no natural number. You do not have a largest natural number. You cannot say this is the largest one because numbers, counting numbers are infinite, right? You cannot keep counting, they are infinite. So there's no largest number. So there are smallest natural number, which is 1, and there's no largest natural number because counting numbers are infinite. So your answer is there is no largest natural number. Coming to the classification of natural numbers, now natural numbers can be classified as even and odd numbers, prime and composite numbers, twin primes and prime triplets, perfect numbers. So all these are natural numbers that we will be going through one by one. Let's come to even and odd numbers. Now, even numbers are those numbers that are divisible by 2. Or you can say all multiples of 2's are even numbers. So multiples of 2's is 2, 12, 8, 6, right? So all these are what? All these are multiple of 2. Or you can say anything that is completely divisible by 2. That is also called as even number, right? So example of even number is also mentioned here. 2, 12, 20, 24, 28. All these numbers, when you divide it by 2, it is completely divisible. Or you can say all these numbers are multiples of 2. Or you can say come in table of 2, right? So coming to odd numbers. Now, odd numbers are all natural numbers that are not divisible by 2. Anything that is not divisible by 2 or is not a multiple of 2 is called as odd numbers. Now, example of odd numbers are 1, 3, As you can see here, 5, 7, 9, 11. We do not have 2 here. 2 is missing, right? 4 is missing. 6 is missing because these are multiples of 2's. Anything that is multiple of 2 is not an odd number. So very clear, odd numbers are those numbers that are not divisible by 2 or are not multiples of 2. Coming to the next numbers, which are prime numbers. Now, what are prime numbers? Prime number is a number that is divisible by 1 and by itself. So, any number that is divisible by itself and by 1 is called as prime number. It should have exactly two divisibles. One is 1 itself, the other is prime number. So prime numbers have exactly two factors. One is 1 and the other one is the number itself by which it is going to get divided. So always remember, prime numbers are numbers that have exactly two factors, not less than 2, not more than 2, exactly two factors, in which one should be 1 itself, the other should be the number itself, right? Okay, moving ahead to seeing more examples. Let's come. Example is 3 and 5. Let's see how 3 and 5 are prime numbers. Now, the divisors of 3 are, one is 1 itself. You can divide 3 by 1, and the other is 3, the number itself, right? So this is a prime number. Apart from this, 3 is not divisible by anything else. Coming to 5. 5 is divisible by 1 and by itself. Apart from this, it is not divisible by anything else. So prime numbers are numbers that are divisible by either by 1 itself or by the number itself. A common question is 1 a prime number? Is 1 a prime number? No, 1 is not a prime number. A prime number is always greater than 1. 1 is not prime, because when you talk about the definition of prime number says it should have exactly two factors. And 1, the number 1, when we talk about number 1 is only divisible by 1 and itself. So 1 and the 1 itself both are same numbers. So it has only one factor. When we talk about the number 1, the number 1 has only one factor. It is divisible by only one number, which is 1, right? It should have two distinct factors, which 1 does not have. Therefore, 1 is not a prime number. Moving ahead to composite numbers. Now, composite numbers are numbers that that have more than two factors, right? So apart from getting divided by itself and by 1, it should also have more factors. So composite numbers are numbers that have more than two factors. There's one more definition to composite number, which says that all those natural numbers that are greater than 1, remember, all those numbers that are greater than 1 and which are not prime is called as composite. Okay, so because all of us know that composite number, prime numbers are numbers that have exactly two factors, and composite definition says that it should be more than two factors. So definitely we know that numbers that are prime are not composite. So your definition of composite can also be like all the numbers that are not prime are composite. But the definition should include that it should be greater than 1, because 1 is neither composite, because it says it should have more than two factors, and 1 has only one factor, which is 1 itself, right? So example of composite numbers are 6, 12. Let's see how. When you talk about the factors, 6, the divisor of 6 is 1. You can divide it by 2, you can divide it by 3, you can divide it by 6. It's completely divisible, right? Divisor of 12. Now 12 can be divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. So many factors. So 6 and 12, since it has more than two factors, they are composite numbers. Moving ahead to twin primes. Now, what are twin prime numbers? Prime numbers that differ by 2 are called as twin prime numbers that differ by 2. Okay, talking about prime numbers. 3 is a prime number, right? 5 is a prime number. Now 3 and 5, when you talk about 3 and 5, the only number between 3 and 5 is 4, right? So it is not a twin prime number because twin prime number says it should be differing by 2. I'm sorry, it is differing by 2. So 3 and 5 are also twin prime numbers. I'm sorry. And coming to 5 and 7. 5 and 7 also differ by 2. 7 minus 5 differs by 2, right? 3 minus 5 differs by 2. 11 minus 3, 11 and 13, sorry. 11 and 13, both are twin prime numbers. Yes, they are twin prime numbers. And when you subtract 13 by 12, you get 2. 17 and 19, another twin prime numbers. 29 and 31, another twin prime numbers. So such pairs of prime numbers that differ by 2, when you subtract these numbers, they are called as twin prime numbers. Talking about prime triplets. Now, set of 3 consecutive prime numbers that differ by 2 is called as prime triplets. Now, 3 consecutive numbers that differ by 2. Do we have any such number? There's only one number, 3, comma 5, comma 7. There's only one prime triplet, which is 3, comma 5, comma 7. And why are they called prime triplets? Because 3 differs by 2 from 5, 5 differs by 2 from 7. So this such type of prime triplets which differ by 2, such kind of 3 consecutive prime numbers that differ by 2 is called as a prime triplet. And there's only one prime triplet known till today, which is 3, comma 5, comma 7. Now moving ahead to understanding the concept of perfect numbers. Now what is a perfect number? A perfect number is equal to the sum of all its factors. Excluding itself is called as a perfect number. Now, a number which is equal to the sum of all its factor. What do you mean by this? Talking about 6. 6 is when you talk about factors of 6. Factors of 6 are 1, comma 2, comma 3, right? So 1 plus 2 plus 3 gives me 6. So a number which is equal to sum of its factor is called as a prime number. So 6, when you factorize 6, the factors are 1, 2, and 3. And when you sum these factors, you actually get 6. So 6 is a perfect number. Now moving ahead to, you can also similarly calculate 28 and 496. Go ahead and factorize them and see that their addition would actually give you sum as 28 and 496. When you factorize 496, the summation of factors of 496 will also give you 496 as the sum. Okay. So moving ahead to giving you some homework. Now give 2 examples of even number. Can you give 2 examples of even number after understanding the entire lecture? I think yes. So any guesses for even numbers? 2, comma 6. Okay. Moving ahead to 2 examples of prime numbers. Prime numbers. 3 and 5. This is what we have studied. 2 examples of odd numbers. Odd numbers. Anything that is not divisible by 2 is a odd number. So example of odd number would be 3, 9, right? 3 and 9 are not multiples of 2. So therefore you can say 3 and 9 are odd numbers. Coming to 2 examples of composite numbers. Composite numbers are those numbers that are more than 2 factors. So 6, 12, 28, all these are the numbers that are more than 2 factors. So thank you class. Thank you for attending the lecture. Please do like the video and subscribe my channel. Thank you. Thank you so much.